hello. We will start in a second. Just gonna need to do one more thing. And then I am gonna... Alright, okay, now Enderal can be started. Nice, good. Start the game and then the fun begins. I hope at least Forgotten Homeland is the quest we are gonna do today. Hopefully with fun and stuff, you know, have a happy time, generate a happy time. That would be wishful thinking. And we can continue there. We have music and stuff. And hello Michael, thank you for the like, by the way. I hope you're good.
Good. And on their way back, the others will be able to steer the ship without you, correct?
I'm not dog shit, I hope.
Yes, they won't be steering anything, to be precise.
And I hope you don't feel like dog shit.
Flies on her own as soon as the coordinates have been set. He thanks you, Tielor.
I'm sorry, buddy. I hope you feel better soon.
Any other Grandmaster would have laughed at him, but you have listened instead. Now he will be the first of his people to meet the ancient fathers. It is hard to believe that. Walk blessed, and all the best for your fight.
Thank you. The others are expecting you. Ah, and there's one more thing. This amulet belonged to my son. I want you to have it. Wear it or not, the choice is yours. Now leave. And do not disappoint me.
And don't you dare to disappoint me.
Oh, hey.
No pressure, right? Asshole.
Huh? Look who's here. Talk to Kamai if you're ready to start. He's just waiting for your signal.
Why is she still cold, man?
Saira, it's good to see you.
What did you do?
So let's take a quick look. The pressure dude is, you know, holy cow. Okay, I see the value. The cooldown of talents is reduced by 20. I see.
The last passenger has arrived. That is a pleasure.
Alright, okay, good. To the interior then we go. It's actually the first time I'm taking a look through the airship. Hope that I could use one. It's actually... We got music. Nice singing voice, right? Okay, I actually want to tell you about this one. Personally, I think that this song is not great, not terrible, it's just in the middle. Obviously, it is great, it's a German song, right? It's amazing, man. Personally, I do like the other one, In Our House. The one I like a bit more, the song which is played there, to be precise. horseshoes. I've heard some people don't pronounce it horseshoe, but say something else because they're stupid. Okay, and I wonder why there's already some oily, light on fire thingy on the ground, man. But anyways. Okay, that was that. So we explored that. It is... cool. Old dusk... Oh, wait. Okay. Weird. Did we not... Oh, here I need to go. Okay.
Welcome aboard. How are things going? Are you ready?
Let's begin.
Well then. All aboard! Then raise the ramp! She's taking off! And there we go. Good. Very good. Incredible. Fly!
Jesper's having fun in the barrel. Sorry. Hey, girl. Alright, through the opening. And yes, Copperthon is peak. I agree. Oh, as I said. I do like it. Okay. Every day like the last... Okay.
Well, look who's here. How are you?
I'm on a flying ship on my way to the home of the ancient starlings. I'd say I'm excited. That's actually how I feel. I just hope we'll find what we are looking for up there. Okay, the first option is good.
Yes, excited. I guess I feel the same. Well, did you want something in particular, or are you just looking for some company?
The Grandmaster told me that you've been researching the Star People's culture for decades. Why? You are not a starling yourself.
You're right. But on the other hand, do you have to be a mummy in order to dedicate yourself to archaeology? The starlings. I have been fascinated by them since I was a child. You must know, their technology is so powerful that if they wanted to, they could probably conquer the entire civilized world with it. But they don't. And why? Because they all share the same dream instead.
The dream of fulfilling the old prophecies and returning home.
Exactly. A place without war or hunger, where all are born equal and enjoy the same rights, regardless of their standing in society. And for some reason, this thought has fascinated me as much as the starlings themselves do. Call it a fantasy, but if there is such a place, if it really is like the old legends, we'd be able to learn so much from the ancient fathers. And, well, there it is, the answer to your question. I suppose that this naive hope is the reason for my interest in the Star People's culture.
Do you believe that such a society is even possible? I hate to break it to you, but there's no thing such as a perfect world, and there never will be. If you ask me, all this sounds like daydreaming. Okay, yeah.
Well, that is a good question. I guess we'll have to wait until we find one. Anyway, let us continue our conversation at a later time, shall we? I want to enjoy the night sky. Who knows how many more chances we will have.
True. 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 True.
Yes? What do you want?
Oh. What do you think is waiting for us in the Star City?
Well, peace, hopefully. Forgive him, but he has no better answer.
I needed to, took a second for me to remember that he's talking in a cool way. Okay, we've been airborne for more than a day now. About when will we arrive?
It will take some more time. Use it to stretch your legs or to talk to your friends. You will know when it is time.
What do you think about the cycle? You want to find the Star City, but what's the use if the cleansing is imminent?
Well, you know, according to the prophecies, the Star City has existed for tens of thousands of years now. In Asatoron's days, in the days of the Pyrians, and even in the days of those who were before them. In other words, if the Ancient Fathers have survived all that time, they will survive these High Ones, as you call them, as well.
If they have survived the cleansing of the Pyrians, it raises the question of why they don't help us.
Maybe they already have. The steel machine. This beacon you have built on the Eye of the Gods. Isn't it possible that the Pyrians acquired the schematics from the Ancient Fathers? And even if that's not the case, and the Ancient Fathers simply choose not to intervene, can you really blame them? Look at what mankind has done to the world ever since they've been here. If the Ancient Fathers consciously avoid interfering, they have their reasons. Don't judge them before you have met them.
Alright, isn't it a bit selfish to flee to the Star City despite the cleansing? Who knows how many humans you would help with your technology? So you want to seek shelter, flee from the cleansing? That's good.
No. Gertrude and everything you see here is the result of decades of work. Not long ago, there was no threat at all from which he had to flee. What he wants is to fulfill his life's dream, his people's prophecies. That the Starlings one day return to where they came from, to their home. That's all.
You have my respect, to be honest. I doubted that this machine would actually be able to fly.
Yes, he had his doubts too. Yet do not admire him, but rather those who came up with the schematics for this ship. Every single piece of Gertrude is based on the research of hundreds, maybe thousands of brave Starling researchers.
Is it true that you built the entire ship all on your own?
He does have help, but indeed, according to your standards, he did it on his own. You know, many things become possible when one uses brains instead of muscles.
True story.
It's a crazy world, isn't it?
What do you mean?
On our way to a forgotten city in the clouds, and I'm part of it. That just sounds surreal. But anyway, it's good that you're here. I wanted to talk to you. Do you have a second?
Of course. I wouldn't be here if I did not, would I?
You have a point there. How should I put it? I wanted to thank you. I'm not sure if you know it, but all that's happened since I plucked you out of that thicket on the Sun Coast, it did something to me. I think I've understood something, as corny as it may sound.
What?
It's hard to put into words. You know, I still believe what I told you that time we met at the Dancing Nomad. That we all act as we do because we hope it makes us happy. But somehow, in no small part thanks to my father, I've always considered responsibility and being happy to be contradictory. But actually, that's wrong. It's the exact opposite. In order to be truly content, we need connection. To a person, to a cause, to anything. If you never find that, you'll never find yourself.
Well, that's certainly a change of tune compared to what you said at Silver Cloud. We are born alone and we die alone. So what you're essentially saying is we all need something to live for, right?
Yeah, I said that. And I still think it's true to an extent. You're on your own if you want to be. I'm responsible for what happened to Adila and to Lycia, because I never wanted to be responsible. Sounds strange, doesn't it? But I can't change what happened. I'll just have to live with that.
Okay, we all need something to live for, right?
Maybe. Maybe not. In the end, I can only speak for myself. The fact is, though, that that it feels like I owe this world to be right here, right now, as part of something momentous. And I like how that feels. That surprises me. No matter how all this ends, I will have no regrets. The same goes for our friendship. That's what I wanted to tell you. Despite all the trouble we got ourselves into, I'm glad that our paths crossed. For whatever reason they did.
The feeling's mutual.
Thanks. But anyway, enough of this sentimental
Someone
babble
is
for now.
tired.
You should probably rest a little. Who knows what awaits us up there?
Okay, every day. Part 5. Part of something. You finished the companion questy to... Okay. Speak with Kelia or go to sleep. So we could either talk to a woman or go to sleep. Huh. Simple choice. Name of the questy, set the line. Okay, first things first. Hello, lady.
How are... Okay, let's just skip the small talk. I was never good at that. I wanted to see you because there's something I need to show you. Follow me. I couldn't sleep, so I used the chance to take a look around. The thought that Kermine did this all by himself... It's incredible. It would take dozens of craftsmen at least 5 years to do this.
Yeah, well, obviously he is quite good and resourceful. Yeah, that's the door I could not go through.
Are you ready?
Yes, I wanted to go in there, but I couldn't. This must be where the ship machinery is, isn't it?
Yeah, but just bear with me. You'll be surprised. Ready to go in?
Yeah, I guess
Good.
so. Oh, I didn't use... Oh, okay. That's why. I don't know if I could have used it, but I didn't see that. Too bad.
Kermine told me about this place. This sphere is what keeps us in the air, and it draws its energy from the water. Crystal water, that's what he called it. I just had to see it for myself.
Cool. Cool engine. Okay, there you see the water, anyways, which is going inside the pearl thing. Oh, nice. Okay. Why are you... What? She teleported! Didn't even know that you can teleport, my lady.
Beautiful, don't you think?
Yes. So this thing is all that keeps us from crashing right down to Earth. That's comforting.
I absolutely agree.
He just can't believe it. No, he just can't believe it.
Oh, damn.
Let me guess, we shouldn't be down here.
No, quickly, run.
What? This is not gonna give us a romantic option here, then.
That
I
should do
believe.
it. Now, wait a second.
What part of vertical didn't you understand? He thinks his instructions were clear. Stay here. Do nothing. But no. You decide to run around the ship and open whatever door crosses your path. And no, don't look at him like that. Next time, there will be consequences.
Well, okay.
Saved by the bell, I guess.
Yes. So, yeah, that I just...
She on drugs, right? Definitely. What is it?
By the name of the sun, I just can't believe it. Here we are, on a mission to save mankind, and instead of sharpening our weapons and talking gloomily, we play hide and seek like two little kids who just stole an apple from their neighbor. That's just bizarre, isn't it?
You think they have boxing matches in Enderal? Could you enlighten me how that crossed your mind now? Well, as far as I know, Gloomy Talk hasn't won any battles yet, so that's good.
No, it hasn't. Anyway, I guess we're safe down here, at least for a while. But actually, I don't mind. This place, it makes me feel serene. Lets you forget why we're here.
Saved by the bell, that's what led me to the idea. But that saying doesn't necessarily need to do with a boxing match. I know the bell in a boxing match will end the round or start the round. But since we had some sort, what else could it mean? I don't know. In the church tower, whatever. I think there. But it actually comes from boxing in the overall language, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they included it to implement that there is boxing, although we had some form of boxing there, right? I don't know. What else? What do I know about the law? You read the freaking book. That's true. What happened to you? By the way, you seem different.
Do I? In a good or bad way?
It's just different. Unfamiliar, in a good way.
That's good to hear. You know, Sayura, I've been thinking about what happened in the castle and the talk we had after that.
What's the conclusion?
Well, do you remember when I said that I should maybe just give up and accept that I'll never be able to fully control that thing inside me? You tried to comfort me and told me that what happened in the castle was just an accident, and that with just enough tenacity, I could make sure it would never happen again. At first I was grateful, but then I thought about it and realized that there was actually some truth in what I had said. You know, all my life, I've tried to kill that part of me because it made me feel despicable. And every time I failed, I hated myself for it and thought that I was just too weak. But that was the wrong way to look at it from the very start. This thing, the only way to truly kill it would be to kill myself. And I can't and won't do that. Not now, when there's so much at stake, nor in the future if there is one.
I mean, a lot of times, commonly used phrases have a certain past and why they become what they are right now. For example, goodbye is derived from God be with you. Yes, totally, you're right, but I not always necessarily conclude that whoever writes the story or dialogues, whether it is for a movie or a game, is actually thinking that far when he's writing lines of dialogue. Actually, I think that's too much interpretation for a medium like a movie or a game. There might be certain examples where I'm wrong, obviously, but for most times I just think it's just a common saying, and they used it when they wrote the dialogue or translated it. What are you trying to say? That you are just going to let it run for free?
No, I won't let it harm anyone ever again. But I'll accept that it's a part of me. You know, Saira, what good did all the self-loathing ever do? I've been dealt a tough hand, and with that thing and these urges inside of me, I'll never be like the others. I think that's the best way to deal with something like this. Accept it, as despicable as it may be, because it is part of who you are. Do you understand what I mean? I'm not deluding myself. Living with this thing will be something I have to wrestle with for the rest of my life. There will always be moments of weakness when it will try to get the best of me. But I will always resist. And I will do so without condemning myself every time it happens. And in the meantime, I will live. I will do all the things that I never allowed myself to do. Build friendships, go see the world, and go dancing. Even if the latter would be a rather amusing sight.
I said that approach, and I'd say for most of the time it's good, but there are some examples of people putting their into work. Yeah, I am pretty damn certain of that, yes. But I just want to say I don't think it's the standard approach, that people put that much effort into their work, but yes, I do agree that there are people who do that, totally, yeah. Okay, what about me? Am I part of your plans?
You are, if you want to be.
Okay, I wouldn't have it any other way.
That really means a lot to me, Saira. You know, I'm not sure I could have... why am I still talking?
Just kiss. Isn't that romantic? In the machine room, we have a wonderful, lit up pearl, which draws water and converts it into the driving force thrust. Make love to a woman there. And that's, by the way, what happens too if you are getting romantic with someone. Everything turns black, music starts, piano music, and then it, just cuts away. That's what happens. That's how the process is working out. Wouldn't I figured that they would put that into that precisely into the game, by the way. Okay. Good morning.
Hey, sorry I didn't wake you earlier. You seemed... exhausted.
Because I am the hero of the game, my lady, and I am obviously allowed to be freaking tired. And wait, okay, there. For example, there's this one book about Roman and Caesar, and the author used the word corn to describe their crops. Now, when we say corn, we often mean mice, and well, somebody called the author out on this and explained that the Romans couldn't eat mice since it was cultivated in America and didn't leave until the colonization, but the author actually put a lot of his work and explained that corn doesn't mean maize, it means the main crop of the region, so in the case corn was wheat, and works even today. Corn flour is not made from maize. Yeah, I never tried to say it differently. As I said, I do believe that you proved that there are people who put in that much effort. I didn't disagree on that. Okay, it's been ages since I had less sleep, so I needed it. I had a good reason to. Okay.
I guess so. I heard talking coming from upstairs, and I think it could be time to go back to the others. What do you say?
One more thing. How do you feel about this, about us?
Good, I suppose. But truth be told, I'm also afraid. You know, to make a mistake. All of this, it's new to me, and it happened quickly. There you were, there were these feelings, and then this.
Don't sorry, I'm not gonna go through with your relationship. Look at your weird shoulder, right? Now you are an abomination of... Anyways, I'm kidding, right? So this really is the first time you've been with someone in a romantic sense?
The first time the other person felt the same way, yes. There was a girl once, when I was younger. A novice. Silva.
You like women too. A novice, is she a keeper now too?
No. It hurts me to say it, but she lacked the discipline for it. She's an adjutant to a priestess now, and I don't even know if she's still in Enderal.
Okay, you like women too, just to know.
I guess so, yes, but honestly, I never thought much about the fact that Silva was a girl. These feelings, they were enough to deal with by themselves.
And that all is okay. And she didn't reciprocate your feelings, I take it.
Well, let's put it this way. I'd be surprised if she even knew I existed. This was before that farmer told everyone about my connection to that village. I was very introverted back then and preferred to spend most of my time alone. So, I was just like I am nowadays. Still, these feelings I had for her, they made me afraid. They were just there all of a sudden, and they seemed so intense and unreasonable. I couldn't control them, and that drove me crazy.
That's what falling in love is all about. Unreasonable, intense, and beautiful.
Between us, it was somehow slower. More like some sort of trust, some sort of affection, which grew with each passing day. Especially through the talks we had.
Slow somehow doesn't sound half as good as sudden and intense. I don't think it's a bad thing.
No, it isn't. I think if I had felt the same towards you as I did towards Silva, I would have done one thing. Backed off. Meditated. Killed these feelings bit by bit so that they couldn't gain control over me. The fact that it wasn't like that, it's what made all this possible. You know, Saira, you were there for me. You accepted me despite everything you knew about me. And honestly, until the very end, I thought that there had to be some catch to it. Some logical reason for your affection. I just couldn't imagine you did it because... well, you know. Anyway, to be honest, for once in my life, I don't want to think about my feelings too much. I'm just happy. And that's it.
Being happy is good. So what's the plan for here on out?
I don't know. Hopefully one that includes the two of us being together. First, we have to put an end to the cycle, find the Numinos, light the beacon, and then... I can't imagine that this Quarak will just set sail and go back to Nerim once we've destroyed his vision of a higher existence for mankind, which essentially means war. But let's be honest, Saira. We can't win. Not against Nerim.
Maybe we should flee once we lit the beacon. This war isn't worth one of us dying. Well, we can't run. Maybe we'll find another way. Once we stop the High Ones, we'll see.
Yes, we'll see. For now, I'd say that we should focus on getting rid of the High Ones first. Do you want to go upstairs now? The others will be waiting for us.
Alright, let's go.
Good.
But get
I'd
dressed.
recommend a little clothing first, though. I don't think the others would like this look as much as I do.
Okay, once Sol, you finished her companion quest. Nice. And helped her cope with, I guess, the demon thingy. As she's a demon lady, right?
Why hasn't anyone noticed us yet?
I'm sorry.
Probably just
Okay.
haven't seen us yet. The clouds, that's it.
Or the city's deserted. Looks like it to me.
Nonsense! Now quiet. He needs to concentrate.
Now, if it isn't our missing friends, it's good to see people finding common ground, even in these times.
She knows.
Magistra,
No reason to be ashamed, Keeper. There was a time when I was young too, believe
Stop.
it or not.
Stop talking, please. Thank you.
We came across the first of these floating buildings about 3 hours ago. The Valley of 1,000 Clouds. That's what the Starlings called it. But as you've noticed, it's a little too, well, quiet.
Alrighty, alright. What's Kuma's take on this? He must be busting with excitement.
He was at first, yes. But he's grown more distant the closer we've gotten. Let's just hope for the best.
What a rude guy. Doesn't even let the elder finish. You got no respect for the elders. Shame on you. Yeah, then be ashamed. I just didn't want to hear an old lady. I was just trying to do something for the community here, right? I didn't want to get an older lady talk about her private erotic life, right? That's just didn't want to let her put images in your mind. Just wanted to have a kid-friendly stream, right? That's all what I am trying to do. And I'm very, very elderly friendly, right? I help them over the street all the time and stuff, help them out when they are, trying to find the money and not finding the pieces and stuff. I'm very, very cool. Grandma talking about her dirty times sounds like peak content. Yeah, absolutely. I should switch, right? I should stop playing games and maybe do that. And the message tower in the middle, that's where we are going to look for Nominos, isn't it?
Correct, yes. The Nexus Tower. By Malthus, it's a pity we don't have the time to explore this place more thoroughly. Just imagine how much history is hidden in each one of these stones. It's incredible. Maybe we can come back here one day, once we've stopped the cleansing.
Also help the elderly. I, for example, take the burden from them, such as heavy wallet full of money. Yeah. It's a goodwill that counts, right? The city doesn't look very lively. It's not supposed to be like this, is it?
No, not at all. But who knows? Maybe it's as the Starling says, and we'll be surprised.
Okay, what now?
Well, first of all, let us take a look at it up close. Then we'll see.
And still, no one. That must mean something, right?
He will find them. He will find them, and they will listen.
Hey, wait!
And he's crazy.
By the righteous path. That's not good at all. Come on, we have to follow him.
Oh, he's crazy.
Malthus, this is so beautiful.
The music is beautiful, I agree.
But deserted. So maybe the ancient fathers of Starlings don't exist after all?
Let's not jump to conclusions, shall we? Somebody must have built this place.
Come to think about it, I could actually save.
Somehow, the maps which led us here have ended up in the hands of the Starlings. Ancient fathers or not, whoever was capable of something like this must also have known things. Let's just wait and see.
Ah, that's a cute detail. That the Gertrude is even written on the bow-ish thingy there on the ship. Nice. This is quite a sad section of the story, just like the rest of the story. So in relation, in the game, it's if everything is sad, it's just a normal part, right? Isn't Hull? Yes, but is there? What's the part? Isn't there a part of the ship called Bow? Anyways, Hull definitely is correct. Gertrude on the hull. That one I think is safe to say. Okay, let's see.
He is here, and he has found you, just as your prophecy foretold. Now open the gates!
Oh my. I sense drama.
By the stars! Why do you punish him with silence? He found you. He fulfilled your prophecy. So let him inside. No. No, 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 no! This isn't happening! This isn't happening!
Kumai.
Yes. Yes, he is here. He is sorry, Magistra. It was a mistake to come here. This place is dead, and the ancient fathers died with it.
Very poetic, pal, but now you're overdoing it. Who says they're dead? Maybe your ancient fathers just left for someplace else.
Yes, I'm sure they did.
Look, I am sorry this place isn't what you had hoped it would be. I really am. But Dalveric is right. You shouldn't jump to conclusions, and despair won't help you either. We should inspect this place before deciding anything. Don't you agree? The only
Yes.
question is how to get inside.
We could try breaking this gate open.
Splendid idea, boy. Do you have a battering ram with you? Myrid-sized, preferably?
This place must have a side entrance. Kurmai?
Yes, probably.
Well, then let's go look for it. We split up. Dalveric, I suggest you accompany Kurmai and take a closer look at the area around the docks. Legion and I will examine the eastern part of the city. And you and Sister Sakarish scout the west. If anyone finds anything, call the rest of the group before doing anything else. Now off you go.
Okay, find the side entrance.
Oh man. All his life he has worked for this, and now it turns out he'd been chasing ghosts all along.
Hey, we don't know that
Let's
yet.
just hope the architects of this place didn't take their knowledge with them to the grave, or wherever they are now. This is going to be interesting, that's for sure. And I can't complain about the company. Come on, you go ahead. I'll be right behind you. We really found it. I can't believe it.
True story. Did not just now, hull must have steering, deck below the deck, and that's it. Bow, by the way, I looked it up. Bow is the front section of the ship.
Saira, over here. That looks like a side entrance to me. Maybe it leads to the main tower, too. Let us go get the others.
Oh, I just
Good.
picked it up in time.
That looks exactly like what we needed.
BOW.
Anything we should know about the interior, Kurmai? Traps?
No.
Well then. Kurmai, you, the Prophet, Sister Sakarish, and I will go inside. Liam and Dalveric, you stay and guard the ship. If we haven't returned, or if you haven't heard from us within 12 hours, you're to take the ship back to Ark. Understood?
Understood.
Then let's be off.
Okay, investigate the interior of the Nexus Hall. Alright,
Not now. Please.
let's... I think I know how it looks like. We have been in a ship structure before, right? In a starship structure before. I just hope they are not... Oh, hello. Just hope there are not going to be as many of them spidery thingies and stuff, right? Alright, we have Mage Light, which I want to use. And for a change, by the way, I actually hope that I could sleep in the bed to regen, but we are gonna just right? Regen in a normal way. I remember those guys. I hope they're gonna stay. Oh boy. Can't leave. Oh, okay. It doesn't matter anymore, right? Let's drop that stuff. Who would have guessed that that is so heavy? Okay, the lady wants to go there. I am gonna be going with her in a sec. Oh.
Let's see. This is Starling's script, but it's different. Blazes. Can you take a look at that, Kermai?
Of course. He sees. That's it. All right, yes. These are directions. To the left is the Shorai, which roughly means workshop. The right corridor leads to the living quarters. He thinks the Shorai will lead us to the top of the main tower.
Good. Then left we go.
Living quarters, right? That's a good description for a workshop if you are doing handicraft. Okay, too bad. Yeah. But yeah, it's indeed. Didn't he? Ah, okay. I think he. No, okay. Yeah, sorry. Then I thought that he called it the workshop living quarters. But then I'm wrong. Ah, okay, I see what you.
I suppose this is where the council held their meetings, isn't it, Kermai? Wait, where is he?
Huh? What in blazes? He was here a second ago.
Wonderful. We need to find him. Let's split up. We'll meet up again here.
No, but this lift looks like... But this lift looks like it has been recently used.
You're right, but why did he run off in the first place? That's just careless.
I couldn't agree more, but at least now we have a trail. Let's see if the lever still works.
No, I used it did not work. Ah, suddenly it works. Go away, old lady. Oh, it doesn't work anymore. Oh, there it is.
There you go. Then let's see where that leads.
You Tariq, let Grandma handle it. No, I think it's a discriminating leveler. It only works with elderly women, not with the main hero. That's discriminating. You know, that's just discrimination. Oh, finally. Need to start lifting some weights. Yep. That's, now, you're 100%, now it makes sense that we are overloaded all the time, Michael. You're totally right. The character needs, we need to start, doing some weightlifting. Exactly. Now it all makes sense.
Focus, Kalia. Focus.
I honestly was quite surprised how many
What now, Magistra?
enemies have been around suddenly.
Let's take a round. He must have gone somewhere.
And there's definitely one enemy which has not yet died. We see the red dot and hear it.
There has to be a way forth, Sayira. Let us look around. That's what I call willing.
Since I nearly died there, by the way. Maybe saving the game ain't that bad. I want to say maybe find a nasty little bugger, but well, maybe not.
Kirash, this is beautiful. What is this place, Magistra? Can you read the glyphs?
I'll try. Yes, that... Tower of Memories. That should be it.
What are these crystals?
Good question. They look like energy sources, don't they? The same as the Pyreans used. And that power, it's immense.
Tower of Memory. That sounds like the Starling version of the Chronicon. To me, a place to gather knowledge. That's just what we need, isn't it?
Let me read some more. Blazes, this is tricky, but by Malthus. Yes! We got lucky. The prophet was right. This is an archive. The archive, to be precise. The memories of the ancient starlings.
But there's nothing here.
We will see about that. Come.
Okay, that... What's supposed to happen?
That was unexpected. What now?
One moment. Here.
Wait, what's happening here, Magister?
The Starling prophecies were right. The ancient fathers have lived in this place for eras, maybe eons. And throughout the years, they have documented the rise and fall of every civilization. And we're just about to see their memories of the Pyreans.
Wait, did you just say that these Starlings have been up there since before the Pyreans?
Correct. And they witnessed all of it. Their creation, their bloom, and their downfall. The same goes for many, many cultures that were before them.
But now that's but now that's our turn in the cycle, they have disappeared. Why?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it? But I fear we have no time to wonder about that. At least not for the moment.
But if the ancient Starlings have lived here for so long, that means the cleansing somehow couldn't harm them.
Correct. And yet they never helped any of the civilizations that were extinguished by it.
But why? This is murder. If they know how to defend themselves against the High Ones, why didn't they share that knowledge?
Who knows? Maybe their hands were tied somehow.
That's a pretty poor excuse for letting dozens of civilizations be murdered. Or they didn't want to get involved for some reason.
Or that. But that's just speculation. What we do know is that neither the Red Madness, the High Ones, nor the Cleansing could harm them, and that their knowledge might be the key to completing the beacon. Now, would you look at that? Welcome to the memories of the ancient fathers. Let's see what we can learn from it. Yes, the Grand Master was right about this. The Pyrean history should perfectly reflect the different phases of the cycle, including the cleansing. That's the first step of the cycle. Out of nothing, life forms itself. And from that life, man evolves and starts populating the earth.
And pigeons, obviously.
The second step of the cycle, just as the Grandmaster said. A first civilization arises, blossoms, and falls. For us, it was Asadoron's reign of the Eterna, which collapsed after Starfall. Who knows what it was in the age of the Pyreans? Let me see. Yes, this is the creation of a theocracy. After the first civilization falls, a second one arises. That is reigned over by a few who proclaim themselves gods. Do you see the hats? These were the sun priests of the Pyrean realm, the equivalent of our Lightborn.
Oh, a lot of deady bodies.
That's step number 4, the downfall of the rulers. For us, it was the Shadow God and Narazul Oranthiel who killed the Lightborn. In the Pyrean age, it was this general, Jakal. He was a member of one of the reigning castes himself, but one day turned against them. The Archmagister told me all about it. He was the Pyrean Shadow God and the Pyrean Taurenar Quarek, all in one, so to speak.
The chaos, the war, the Red Madness. This is the 5th step, where we are right now. Do you see this shape in the background? This must be the High Ones, who are behind all of it. The cycle nears its end. The 6th step. The cycle concludes, the cleansing happens, and mankind vanishes, just like that. Do you see this temple in the background? This must be the temple in the city of 1,000 floods, the heart of the Pyrean realm. And after the 6th step, it all starts over. So this is the final proof. Everything that has happened to the Pyreans, and probably to those before them too, is now happening to us.
We knew that already. How exactly does that help us with the numinous?
That's the question, but by the gods,
What?
mankind, it ascends to the sky, to the high ones. Oh, by the righteous path, now it finally makes sense. All of it.
Why? What is there we didn't already know?
Mankind doesn't vanish at the end of a cycle. It becomes a high one.
What?
That is how they reproduce, how they feed, or whatever you wish to call it. Don't you see? These shapes that ascend skywards. They're thoughts, our consciousness, our souls, and all of them together form a new high one.
So you are saying that what a high one really is the consciousness of an entire civilization?
Yes, it's our memories, our thoughts, our dark knowledge, our collective consciousness. This is monstrous.
So that's what the cleansing really is. The creation of a new high one from a civilization?
Yes, by the righteous path, that's it. Korek is right. In a way, humanity does reach a new level of existence, because it becomes one of those beasts.
But even knowing all that, it still doesn't help us. We still don't know what this numinous is.
Oh, yes, we do. The word of the dead. You said the aged man left it for you, didn't you?
Yes, why?
Then this is the way. The numinos. I know what it is. Or rather, what we need to fill it with. The essence of a high one.
The essence of a high one. What makes you think that?
It's hard to explain. The problem with the high ones is that they don't have a physical shape, and this makes it hard to fight them. They are everywhere and nowhere, just like the air. This is why we need the beacon to fight it. It has the power to banish them.
Because it is the counterpart to the high ones, that's old news. But what makes you think a high one's essence is what the numinous needs to be filled with?
It's an assumption, but a well-grounded one. What the beacon does is channel massive amounts of energy and unleash it on its core. Isn't it logical, then, that we need something of what we want to banish? Like an energy signature inside it. It might sound far-fetched to you, but it feels right.
It feels right is hardly a good basis upon which to make such an important decision. Alright then, even if this is true, how in places are we supposed to get our hands on, the high one?
Well, this is where it gets complicated, but I think I also have an answer to that. The word of the dead. We need to use it on a high one, to enter its mind. If there is any place we can find a high one's essence, it is there.
But even if that would work, where are we supposed to find a high one? You said it yourself, Magistrate. They don't have a physical form, and even if they had, they surely wouldn't reveal themselves to us.
That is correct, but I know where to find one.
And where's that?
Where the last cleansing took place. That is where we need to go. And once we are there, you need to listen to the echo.
Of course. You can see what happened back then.
Correct. The echo grants you the ability to feel and relive the memories of this world. But since the high ones are immaterial and will not reveal themselves to us when we want them to, all we can do is travel back to a point where they did. The last cleansing, where the Pyreans became one of them.
And you want to use the word of the dead on this high one to enter its mind and steal its essence?
Yes. This means that we have to find the holy city of the Pyreans, where the last cleansing took place. the City of Floods.
Oh, sorry. And what makes you think the Word of the Dead will work on a memory? I thought it can only enter the minds of the deceased.
Yes, but we just learned that devouring us is what allows the High Ones to create a new one of their own. In other words, death is what a High One consists of. It's a giant, sentient, and ethereal corpse in a way. If the Word of the Dead doesn't work on them, it shouldn't work on anything. At least, that is one way to see it. Let us hope I'm right.
And where are we supposed to find this City of Floods?
Well, I hope this place can help us find the answer. If the ancient starlings witnessed the entire cycle of the Pyreans, then they surely knew a lot about the geography of the world as it was back then as well. We need to keep searching. Come, let us go back to the tower.
Entities who reproduce by devouring the consciousness of an entire civilization? That's just bizarre.
Is it? Don't we ourselves breed pigs so that we may eat them once they are fat enough? In a way, the High Ones are just like us, except that it's our thoughts that they are after rather than our bodies. It bears a certain kind of logic. You cannot deny that.
Knowing that, Korak's story about mankind ascending to another level isn't as far-fetched as it first sounded. We don't cease to exist. We coalesce into something else. Into a High One.
Yes, but is this new High One really us? Or does it just need us to come forth? Yes, we know now that this is how they reproduce. But we still know far too little. How did they come into being? How long has this been going on? So many questions.
True, but if I may say so, Magistra, we should save the philosophical questions for after we have stopped the cleansing.
Of course.
She's got a point there.
Well then, let's see what...
Kermai?
They are here! They have been here all along!
Kermai! Where by the righteous path were you?
He was a fool to bring you here! You soil-born are too dangerous! You've always been! But he was too blinded by his dream to finally finish her and sail home.
I don't like this, Magistra.
What are you talking about, Kermai? The fact that the ancient starlings left this city doesn't have anything to do with us.
Stop talking! Darn it, you are so ignorant! They are here, but they won't reveal themselves to us because they don't accept your presence. Because you are unworthy of them.
Komai, this place has been deserted for centuries. You're rationalizing. Don't you see? Whatever if you're is you're thinking of doing right now, don't you regret it? Okay, the first option is good.
He rationalizes? What do you take him for? A fool? If you would just listen for once in your life, you'd hear them. They're everywhere. He will prove his worth to them. He will show that he deserves to live among them. The soil-born have to die, and then the fathers will reveal themselves. But how?
Kermai, stop this! Right now!
The defense system, of course.
That ain't good, right?
They will understand.
To arms.
What is this?
By the way, maybe, just maybe, that is the reason why I was overloaded so quickly, maybe, because before I didn't have the backpack on. Come to think about it. Okay. Ah, the steel dragon is the weapon, okay. It looked like a bit like a weapon from afar. Finally, we have some enemies. Ah, and this I want to use too, at a point, by the way.
That was all.
For now. Oh, the beautiful fight music is gone. I'm going no. Sorry.
That was all of them, I think. Saira, what happened up there? The Magistra, she didn't deserve that.
Komai seems to have activated some kind of alarm. These machines, they must have been designed to defend the city.
Yes, of course. But what now, Saira? We now know what the Numinos is, but we still need a map to help us find the City of 1,000 Floods. And surviving these creatures will be a challenge too.
What about the airship? We need to warn Jasper and Liam. Anyways.
Yes, you're right, we do. That means back to the dock. Come on, let's get back to that elevator.
Good plan. Oh, Bone Gregor. You're a bit... you have a talent. Bone Gregor has a superpower. Apart from looking looking beautiful and amazing, he has the superpower to stand in the way. To block the way. That's your talent, man.
Q-Rush. So much for that.
So we need to find another way back down.
Correct. Let's look around. Yes?
Just want to make sure that there ain't no level or something in that I've ever seen. Is there anything of importance here? Please do not see. But I do not flee.
Saira? Until that Quark appeared, I actually thought things were going relatively well. But a war with Nareem. That changes everything. Until that Quark appeared, I actually thought things were going relatively well. With the sigil stone and this beacon.
Alright, let me actually quickly... I will quickly go to the restroom, and then we are gonna trying to solve the problem here. Give me just a minute, maybe even 2. Alright. Alright. Now. I still have no clue. I'm just thinking if those things have anything to do. Oh boy.
That looks good. Let us hope it also leads us down the tower.
Oh boy. At least we found the leveler, right?
Careful.
I see Ice Claw. Apart from enemies. Holy cow, that is kinda powerful. Alright, Ice Claw, I ain't gonna forget about that. That is for certain, and I'm not gonna forget about Mage Light. And by the way, something to eat. Never too bad to have a bite of something. If you are, you know, low on HP in real life, eat something. That always helps. Always collect the mice claws. And use benches if you need to think. Use them. Ah, there you are, little one. Alright, Ice Claw and some fish. In good quality. I hope, the fish. Coins, good. Goodbye, Bone Gregor. You are missed, but on the other hand, I can summon you again and again and again. Yeah, it was kind of funny how he glided down there. Nice. those things look weird, right? Anyways, I'm not judging. Okay, one quick look here to the... I know that ain't the way, I just wanna see... Oh, wait, well, maybe it is the way. Okay, then one different thingy. I thought that this would actually be the way and then up there. And I have a quick look up here before we crack on. Okay, that leads below. Sorry. Where's the other door leading us? I guess below too, right? At least I hope. What's this?
Kirash. That doesn't look good.
Where in the blazes is the ship?
I don't know. This flying steel creature must have noticed them.
I'm just glad you weren't down there when it happened. We should go down and search for survivors. I say go back for the map room. Okay, we search for survivors.
I agree, but going out into the open would be suicide. At least as long as that alarm is active. In other words, we need to find a way to switch it off.
And how?
Well, that's what we need to find out. But do you remember that Surai that Kurmai told us about when we first entered the tower? He said it meant something like workshop. I suppose that's our best chance. Come on, let's get back inside.
But she pronounces it wrong, right? It's true AI. Deactivate the alarm. We'll do that gladly. And that's maybe gonna be the other door then? Yes. We have autosaves, I know, I just wanna actually save by hand. Alright, together again. There we go. Nice, thanks a lot for your loot. Up we need to go. At least I think. Yeah. Okay. the upper workshop.
Steal the essence of a high one. That sounds so bizarre.
Just die, thank you. Alright, and mana it is. Looks like a good spot to create another save game, actually.
Look, over there. That looks promising.
Agreed. But it looks like a trap too, I might add. Can't even find a way up on the other end. Oh, let me through. Coming through. Just want to say that ain't good. For now, we do not know how many are gonna come up soonish. Like here. Okay, luckily it can't go up that and can only use the stair. Them stairs, that's good. If we are able to use it against the enemy, that's good, right? Just to take a look, fever's at 7%, so I was thinking to use ambrosia, but that was not that necessary. We don't need to be all too wasteful with that. Okay, and I'm gonna do it now. We should still have something like a flame bite available.
Kirash, there are a lot of them.
That didn't work out as expected. I'm entirely honest. Okay, that I did not expect. But yeah, good. Nicely done. And yes, another save. To be safe. Got a bit lucky there, I think, with... Even though I really heavily... I didn't think this would be just be water, but a oily to put on fire thingy fluid. Guess it didn't work out as I didn't hit it correctly. Possible too. Anyways, anyhow, we are here where we are supposed to be.
Good. Now let's see what we can do to deactivate this alarm.
It doesn't move.
So, did it work?
I don't think so. The damn thing won't even budge.
Damn it. But... Run!
I just was drinking something, man.
Over here, now!
I don't see a thing. We have a safe game. All is good. Don't know what that buggity bug there was. Apart from very bad luck. But that's why why save often is always good to do. I didn't react there. I shouldn't have taken a nip there. There was bad reaction, obviously. by me, my fault.
Now let's see what we can do to deactivate this alarm. So, did it work? Damn it. But... Run!
What secret passageway? Just in case I won't be here at the end of the stream, good night and may the Omens protect you too. Yeah, but I plan on being here until the end. Yeah, in case, Michael, I already say goodbye too.
Over here, now!
That secret passageway, I see. So he's still alive, that's good.
Gosh, that was close.
True.
I thought you were dead.
Well, that's what I thought too. When this flying thing started tearing apart our ship, thank chance I was on land when it happened. The novice, Legion, he didn't make it.
By Malthus. Then we're the only ones left.
The only ones? So the Starling and the Magistrate didn't make it either?
He just snapped, he activated that alarm, and Yela saved our lives.
Oh, that's tragic. I'm ashamed to ask, but what about the Numinos? Did you find anything out about it?
According to Yela, yes, she said we need to find the old capital of the Pyrian Empire. That's where we are here. We need to find a map.
A map? If I believed in such things, I'd call this a twist of fate. I think I know where we can find one. And up there could also be our passage back.
Up where?
Follow me. I'll show you.
How did you make it here, Meister Dalvarik? And what is this? Some kind of tunnel system?
Please, just to spar. I think we've been through enough together by now for that. And concerning your question, there was another entrance into the tower that led me right into these tunnels. There must have been short ones whose job it was to keep this place running. At least that's my guess. But it appears that you can reach almost any place in this Nexus tower through the tunnels. And that's just what we need.
Alright, that's good. I guess the flying dragon the steel dragon is gonna be some kind of boss enemy, I assume. And that looks beautiful on the other hand too. Just saying. Need to have a chat.
I don't like this. There.
Damn it, that just had to happen, didn't it? To the other building, quickly.
Run, baby, run.
Here we are. Care to fill us in on your...
First, we need to find our map. And then... well, then we each take a seat in one of these capsules and let ourselves drop.
We let ourselves drop?
They're escape pods. Kamai had some of the ones on the airship, and I just hope they work as intended. Unless you have a better plan, of course.
No.
Good, then get going. Let's after.
Ah, okay. So we have a time limit.
Is that it? Great! Now to the pods, quickly!
That was sharp. Oh. The game crashed. Yeah. Luckily that hasn't happened very often. Over the course of the let's play here. But at least the booting up process, the loading up process doesn't take that long. Actually, let's see. I don't precisely remember where the map is, but it should be... There it was, right? Okay. And now... Ah, wait, no. We haven't picked it up, but I do remember that it was in the map here.
Is that it? Great! Now to the pods, quickly!
Now. Fingers crossed. Then it's gonna... That is good, yeah. That gets better. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, that nearly blinded me, but fair enough. At least we made it. Find Kalia and Jasper. Even though it doesn't say Jasper. Ah, and that's why we were given the... We could have... No, okay. I thought we were underwater for a second. Since we found the scroll, or before we had the scroll, underwater breathing.
Kirosh, you're well. I thought you... Come, we should go look for the mercenary, for Jespar. I saw his pod go down not far from here.
It should be there. Oh, please not. That doesn't look good.
Look, over there. Oh no.
We can heal him.
Oh, he's alive. Looks like a minor laceration to me, maybe a broken rib or two. I guess the force of the impact threw him against this rock. Still, we need to get him to an apothecarius. Do you have the map? I think teleport magic should work again down here.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Then at least all this wasn't for nothing. Let's go.
So the High Ones devour our consciousnesses. Now that's what I call ironic. Maybe Koarik and his free people do become part of these higher beings they so adore after all. We should tell them. Maybe they'll be so delighted that they will abandon the siege and sail right back to Naren.
Spare us your jests. Archmagister, how long will you need to decipher the map? Archmagister?
I don't know. A couple of days, at least. I should start right away. Excuse me.
That was weird.
Jaela was his mentor during his novitiate.
Ah, okay.
But he will get over it. He has to. You did well, Prophet. Despite the complications, the mission was a complete success.
A complete success? What in blazes has happened to you, Tilo?
Nothing. And now is not the time for quarreling.
Jaela is dead, Tilo. Just like Jorek. Jorek for the name of the gods. And none of this would have happened if we had just given Quarik this idiotic machine. Please, Tilo, if my opinion means anything to you, let go of this madness.
I don't care about your opinion. Jorek was a traitor, and Jaela gave her life for something greater than herself. But the latter in particular seems to be something you cannot relate to. Now, silence. I've had enough of your attempts to hinder our mission. Back to the topic at hand. Sharim, what do you make of Jaela's plan to use the word of the dead to enter a High One's mind? I always thought it only enabled its user to relive the last memories of the deceased.
Well, if the High Ones are made of a collective subconsciousness, they are different in that regard. They consist only of memories, and a lot of them. That is, of course, if the Magistra's theory about them is true. Then it might work. Used on a High One, the word of the dead could allow us to enter its spirit.
We will take the risk. The walls still hold against Quarik's armies, but we need to hurry. As soon as the Arcanists have figured out the map, we will set out to find this city of 1,000 floods. If you have any unfinished business to attend to, you should do it now. Many things will be decided by what's to come. I feel it. Ah, and the apothecarius said that the mercenary will live. He's in the Cararium, in case you want to pay a visit.
Yep, we will.
Blazes, it's dark already. Time really does fly by. Pathlessness, wherever you look. Where is this supposed to lead?
Alright, wait a tick. Okay, meet Jasper. Funeral, talk to...
Prophet.
Okay, how do you see it? How's the situation in the city? How do you see it's working?
The same I thought before. They are our enemies, and they want to destroy us. I do not care about their motives, even though I have to admit that knowing their true nature is a disquieting thought. An entity created from the collective consciousness of a civilization. Something like that should not be allowed to exist.
Okay, how's the situation? Oh, wait, okay, I took the wrong... Okay, how does this working now? Finally, the other one was about High Ones now, but we know that they really are.
Yes. Koarek will not dare sending his troops straight against our walls. That would be tactical suicide. For now, we are safe. However, the red madness is getting worse by the minute. The cleansing is closing in, I can feel it.
Okay, that's actually the option here. I've heard your discussion with the Trucaster. How can she still not believe the threat is real after all we have learned?
You know, I know Natara better than you might believe, and I know the reason for her untouchable demeanor. Fear. She's afraid of losing something important to her, something that she helped to create, and that is the Order. You probably do not know this, but unlike most keepers, Natara was not born of the Sublime Path. Even more than us, she had to fight for her place here. And through immense willpower and discipline, she made it. Not only to become an ordinary keeper, but into the highest league.
In other words, the Order is all she has.
Correct. It is all she has ever lived for, and she's afraid that change will destroy it. Your admission into our ranks, our truce with Narazul's mages. She believes that my imprisonment made me into a fool whose only intent is to get his will. She does not realize that all that has happened burdens me as much as it burdens her. And that I would give a lot for her support, rather than this ridiculous bickering.
You seem to know an awful lot about the Duquesa. How close exactly have you two been? Like someone to back you up? That's the first time I've ever heard you say something like that. That's good.
Everybody needs someone to back them up from time to time. You know, as humans, we are not so different from animals as some try to make us believe. We are like wolves, and every pack needs a leader. Someone in front who is not afraid to make the hard calls. And this is who I am. I did not ask for it, but I will not fail. If my resolve weakens, the others will lose their courage, and I cannot let that happen. But that does not mean that I regret any of the decisions I have made. None of them.
You seem to know an awful lot about the Duquesa. How close exactly have you two been?
That's none of your concern, but I presume you have your assumptions.
Okay.
You were the one on half
That was the first...
an island, weren't you?
Oh wait, that was not the...
Yes. Why do you ask? In an old temple in the north, they did. What are you getting at? A fair point. So, ironically,
I think that part we already had.
I was more than this. I especially felt that in the cloister with Narazul's mages.
Okay, you went straight back to the Order.
What would have been the alternative? A life as a fisherman. If the things I had to live through taught me one thing, then it was how important it is for me to be right here, right now, doing what I do. In fact, this is precisely what is missing in the world. People who do not let the whims of fate break their resolve. Now, enough of this. We have business to attend to.
Okay, we will meet with Kalia too.
Pathlessness wherever you look.
Huh?
The fabled prodigy. I hope you can live up to what they say about you.
Now, isn't this a surprise? The world's nearing its end, yet the Prophet takes the time to pay me a visit. What do you need?
Just want to check on you. How's your injury doing?
It does what most injuries do.
It hurts?
But I'm a lot better, thanks for asking.
But I'm a lot better, thanks for asking.
Truth be told, just lying around here doing nothing's what's bothering me the most at the moment.
Well, we'll soon start the mission to head into the city of 1,000 floods. I just want to say goodbye.
Oh my, you make it sound so dramatic. I don't think this'll be the end, though. Say what you want about this place, but it'll be a long time before Korak's men break through. The apothecarius said I might even be able to help if I rest for just a few more hours. Just be careful, all right? And find the Numinos.
Okay, will do. And then we will attend the funeral.
Walk blessed.
You too.
Let's hope he knows.
This is just...
Come on, load up.
Prophet?
The fabled prodigy. I hope you can live up to what
True.
Yes.
No. I'm sorry, why do I say that often, man? I mean, not no, but after he's... the god says yes. Anyways.
I just don't see the fucking point.
And so the circle closed. Walk blessed, my child. How may I help you? Haha, what it is? Now that's quite the question you're asking there. But fine, why not? The path is two things. For one, it is the name of holy writing that encompasses both the revelation of the Lightborn after the fall of the Eterna King Azataron, and the journey of the first vassals to Enderal, who founded this country under Malphas's guidance. It also tells us the virtue of the path, the ideals by which every Endralean should live, which is the only way to salvation. Secondly, it is the holy calling of each Endralean citizen.
I see. Thank you for your explanations.
You are welcome, child. Walk blessed.
Wait, I think I know you. You helped the Grandmaster crush those Naramese bastards at the harbor gate, didn't you?
I know.
I can't believe that actually happened.
I don't know if I need to wait until the next day.
Oh, just shut up, won't you? As if you believe any of this yourself.
Keeper, you...
Malphas is dead. Our lord is dead. And if even he could not last through the ages, how is he supposed to lead us along the eternal paths? A dead god?
Take her away.
Yes, just go on. Close your eyes and pretend that none of this is happening. It's what you've always been good at. The cleansing is our punishment, don't you see? The punishment because we failed the Lightborn. That we let someone kill them. And the High Ones will take us all. Do you hear me? They will take us all.
Keep going.
But
Keep going.
Magistra Jaela, keeper of the third sigil and master of the archives. Stalwyn Willowsong, keeper of the first sigil. And Legium Lightman, novice. May the Lord receive your souls today and grant you that you may walk the paths for eternity.
Alright, that... Okay. And now we are gonna meet, I just noticed that these are done. I, for a weird reason, thought that these were not done. Okay, good. Then we meet Kelia in the Noble Quarter. We can use that second actually to sort our inventory out too. Right, we have a few bits and pieces in there which we can throw away. If I'm coming to think about it. For that we obviously need to go to our beloved mansion and throw our stuff in. Apart from the potion we should drink then, not too far later in the future-ish, today, maybe, not, yes. Just for a second. These guys are quite heavy. We are through soonish, don't you worry. It's not going to take that much longer. Okay, good. So we are then a bit lighter. Way lighter. That's good. Then let's meet the lady.
What less?
There she should be.
You're
Nice.
a foreigner, aren't you? Couldn't have picked a better time to come.
Saira, you came.
Obviously. Nice dress, yes.
Thanks. I thought it was fitting for the occasion. Impressive, isn't it? From here it all seems so peaceful. As if there'd be no enemy army just in front of our gates. As if all this, the cycle, the high ones, the Naramis, were just imagination.
I'm glad it's this way. I can use a break from all this. That doesn't make the threat any less real. My pessimistic side would say the quiet before the storm. Yeah, I'm glad it is this way.
So am I. I wanted... Do you want to hear something funny?
Yep, shoot.
The two of us, even though we haven't known each other for that long, we've been through a lot. We underwent the Sigil's trial, we fought our way through ancient ruins, and we found the forgotten home of the Star People. I'd say we make for quite an unusual couple, right? But still, what I'd like to ask of you tonight, I'm ashamed to. It seems so out of place, so mundane.
Well, mundane actually sounds good for a change. What do you want to do?
Just follow me. I'll tell you when we get there.
You want to dance? Have some fun? Read poems? Sing? Have a meal together? Just hold hands? By the way, I have a pretty damn big mansion here, just around the corner. Just saying. It's warm and comfy. We could cook there. Have a meal. Yeah, I got a friend over.
Be careful, my sir. The streets aren't safe at this hour.
Does she have shoes? Oh, yeah, she does. Just want to say, well, she doesn't have shoes anyways, wouldn't matter. Doppelbock. Alright.
We always go too easy on this one. Yeah, it's not as if I didn't tell them that already.
Come on, hurry up. She just could have told me where to go. We could have met up there.
Oi, you there. Don't look at me like that. Looking for trouble, eh?
My sir?
Ah, we are going into a pub. Okay, that's good. The Dancing Nomad, by the way, it's called. This wonderful tavern with nice music.
The Nighthawks. They're a small minstrel group from Duneville, and they came here to play despite the situation.
Nice. You like music? This is... I said dance, right? That's what I said before. It's the first time I've heard of it. Well, there's no harm in a little diversion, I guess. There should be... they should have different theory. That would be more useful. Okay. You like music?
I guess I always have. I've just never permitted myself to enjoy it before. It seemed so useless. But then I realized there's a point where you've done everything you can. And be honest, Sierra, we don't know what the next few days or even hours will bring us. We could die. And if that should happen, I want to be able to say, yes, Kalia, you gave your life for something meaningful. You pursued your ideals until the very end. But despite all that, you didn't forget to just let go from time to time. You didn't forget to live, or to love.
You're doing well on the second part, if I may say. Oh, okay, a nice thought.
Yes. So, Saira, let's dance together. For tonight, let's just forget about everything else. The High Ones, the cleansing, all the things we've had to see.
You know that I'm a horrible dancer, right?
Screw it.
Wait, I think I know you. You helped the Grandmaster crush those enemies fast as
Yep, that's horrible. That is indeed horrible. Although the music is not horrible. Nice. Okay, good. That is good. Yeah, that's always good to do. Although I do like that music too. Don't mind that music. Holy cow! Yeah.
Come, give it a try.
Trim.
And he strayed in the void as the wayward one, despising the path that was meant just for him. Yet the dreams that he saw in the deep red afterglow was as ever before. He did find a home in the city.
Alright, I think it might be good to put all that stuff back on.
Elo, where life neither purpose nor honor can hold. The woman who loved him held out her heart.
So we can sleep until the next day. Maybe that is what we are supposed to do here anyways, and not to go away. And at least in game, we didn't have a good night's sleep.
And her suffering tore her apart.
The best wine in all of Enderal.
Come,
give it a try.
As the wayward wanderer, despising
A hard life this is.
that was meant
A hot. It's life.
the dreams that he saw in the deep red afterglow were as distant as ever before.
Keep walking.
Will seem as old as it.
Alright, so wait a tick. Why did we go all the way through the foreign quarter into the pub? Maybe then in the end turn anyways. Doesn't matter.
Master is performing. No. Now, the master performing.
I do like the pub sign there. Okay, good. Then let us skip some more time. Actually, nothing else to do. Then let's go until the next morning.
Oh, good to see you.
Yeah, 13 hours. And then maybe we can go on with the main quest. Yeah, maybe not. Decoding is oftentimes a thing which does take quite a while. Okay, another 12 hours it is. Wouldn't have guessed that we needed to let that much time pass. Nice.
Walkless.
But that's how it is. Oh well.
And the Sun Temple.
Yes?
An outlander? What are you doing in this part of the city?
Helping out. To answer the question, old lady. Alright, we've got the potion. I'm gonna teleport to the Sun Temple, I'm sorry, Sun Post. And then I'll save again. And then we are gonna go on with the quest. Okay, save. Okay, that gave us a little, that gave us a achievement.
Saira, it's good to see you. So, are you ready? The Grandmaster said by tonight Skyrim should have deciphered the old maps.
The following decision triggers events which lead to the end of Enderal. If there's still something you have to do in the game world, you should do that beforehand. Give me a little more time. No, I'm ready.
Alright then, let's wait until nightfall. Go on ahead, I'll follow.
Will do. Will do.
Prophet, there's good news. We were able to decipher the Starling's maps, and we now know where to find the City of 1,000 Floods.
Where?
Sharon was just about to explain. Sharon?
Yes. I suppose you already know that Vin hasn't always been like it is now. Time of the Pyreans, it was one big continent, which they called Pangora. Only the Starfall in the era of Azataron's madness split it apart. In other words, the Pyreans dominated the entire world as it was back then. It was a world empire. However, until recently, we always thought that the Empire's capital, the City of 1,000 Floods, was situated somewhere near where Kira is today. We were wrong about that. It was here, in Enderal.
Here?
Here, beneath our feet, to be precise.
Under Ark?
Yes. We don't know whether it was a coincidence that Malfa's vassals set the foundation of Ark here, out of all the places they could have. But they did. The heart of the Pyrean Empire was here, right where we stand. Only it's buried now.
But if that's true, how come no one ever found it? There were expeditions into the tunnels below the city, weren't there?
Hardly.
Sadly, the Order never cared much for archaeology. We considered it a useless endeavor. And even if there had been private undertakings, the dangers such an expedition posed, let alone its costs, would have scared off most investors.
But still, you're right. If the Order would have bothered, we could have saved ourselves a lot of trouble. However, it doesn't matter now. What matters is we now know where the last cleansing took place, and that it's somewhere we can reach.
So we need to get down there, but how? It would take years to dig that deep.
True, but there might be another way. Do you know the myth of the Black Guardian? The Endralians believe that there is some kind of demon deep down below the surface, and that you can even hear him scream if you just listen carefully. Rubbish, of course, but I think that these screams are the sound of wind. And if there's wind...
There are tunnels. So are you suggesting that the Undercity's cavern reaches that deep? Into the City of Floods?
Into what is left of it. All we need to do is find an entrance point that can lead us down.
Then we leave without further delay. There's no point in leading an army down there, so the four of us will go alone. Prophet, speak to the Archmagister and tell him to give you the word of the dead and the container for the Numinos. We will need both. He's at the beacon.
Shouldn't we at least think this through before we go?
Ready your equipment. We'll meet at the gate to the Undercity.
All right.
The prodigy, huh?
So, okay, we need to talk, and then we are gonna go back to the answer. We are gonna receive, I guess, some sort of spell. So the beacon it is. Hello. And obviously he's on this side. Makes sense, right? Or she.
Oh, aren't you... never mind. How can I help you?
Where? I'm looking for the Archmagister. I was told he's here.
He was. But he went to get something. Why don't you wait until he comes back? I have to admit that it's a great honor to finally meet you in person. You know, when all this started, when the Grand Master exalted you, I thought it was a sin. Granting an Outlander what we have to fight so hard for. But now... Phew! I think Malphas, or whoever sent you, that he did. We owe you a lot. Really.
Thank you.
Oh, don't thank me. Say... may I ask you something?
What?
It. The beacon.
It? Ah.
Do you really think it'll work? I mean, I'm just a novice, but... if it can really banish the High Ones, how come the Pyreans couldn't save themselves? I just don't understand.
Honestly, me neither. But I don't think we have any other options. It will work, trust me.
If you say so. You know, I lost someone not too long ago. It was the Naramese, under the command of that butcher Korik. My family has a small farm near the coast, and when the first of the Naramese ships landed, I immediately rode to them to get them into the city, into safety.
What happened?
I'm sorry. This isn't easy. Our farm. It's on a small cliff near the farmer's coast. Just a few miles from Ark. I already had a bad feeling when I set out. And then I saw the smoke. And then there was that smell. And
What smell? Burning flesh?
the
I don't
smell
know.
of burnt meat.
Yeah.
It was everywhere. I rode faster and faster, and then when I got to the house, I saw that it was on fire, and that someone had put up 3 crosses, and they were burning too. My mother, my father, and my sister, they were still alive, you know? And I just stood there, and there was nothing I could do. Do you understand? Nothing. And it doesn't matter how I try to look at it. It all amounts to one thing. I was too weak. I was too late, and I was too weak. That wouldn't have happened to you, would it? You would have done something. You would have saved them. Just as you'll save us. If I could just be more like you, then your flesh. Yes, that's it. All I need is a piece of your flesh. And nothing like that will ever happen again.
Stay where you are.
But why? Is that so hard to understand? I don't want much. Just a small piece of it. But you just don't want to share. Isn't that it? You want it all for yourself. Because you're vain. And in all your damn vanity, you don't even see the futility of the whole thing. The beacon won't burn. It never will. Thousands have tried it before you. Thousands who are as arrogant as you are. And they all failed.
How did they say? Just let yourself fall.
Because the light will burn you. It will devour you. Until there's nothing left of you. Nothing but burnt flesh.
Nice and crisp. You're familiar with that, aren't you?
Prophet.
Huh.
But Malthus, we need to stop him.
Of the sun. They were possessed. How is that possible? I thought the sigil stone protects us.
Obviously it doesn't. What about the beacon? How badly is it damaged?
Oh, of course. Wait. Oh, the damage is within acceptable limits. Nothing you shouldn't be able to repair. But wait, what is that noise? Oh, by the righteous path. I think you should see this.
What in blazes happened here? And what is that noise?
The Neramis. They are in the city. Their entire army.
What?
How is the question, right?
No. This is impossible. This is impossible! And this? What's the meaning of this bloodbath?
I don't know, Master. The High Ones somehow were able to possess the Keepers here. They tried to destroy the beacon and kill the Prodigy.
What? But the stone, we...
Grandmaster, you have to see this.
What? That the Neramis are in the city? I know that already.
No, we know how they did it. The true Chessa betrayed us.
Nonsense.
It's the truth. She and almost a third of the Keepers followed Bartar's example. Come, you should hear it for yourself. I ordered that the temple gates be closed right away and positioned archers on the battlements. At least for now, none of these Neramis bastards will enter the temple.
Oh boy. Now, okay, we need to wait. Okay,
There.
they
She
what?
survived. Open your eyes, traitor.
What? Hi, Grandmaster. I am so sorry. It shouldn't have happened like that. Oh, my mouth is... What have I done?
Tell us what happened.
Of course, Grandmaster. I will. The Truchessa, she contacted Korak and asked for...
We will, once we're done. Continue. The Truchessa arranged a meeting with Korak. What did she want from him?
A truce. She offered him the city. If he would promise not to harm anyone. She had this stone. You know, this sigil stone that protects us Keepers from the High Ones. Korak. He agreed. Once the gates were open, he...
Killed everyone.
Yes, the Truchessa. He just... Even though she kept her end of the bargain. Then they swarmed into the city and... Oh, but Malphas, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Take her to the Corarium.
Yes, yes, of course, Grandmaster. Liren, Yetta, bring me a stretcher.
Wait. You have to forgive me. I mean, we only wanted the best. You have to believe me. Please don't let me die as a pathless. Please.
I forgive you. Now go.
Yes. Yes, of course, Grandmaster.
What are your orders, Grandmaster? We aren't many, but if we use cunning, we might be able to drive them back out of...
We will not. We are no more than 6 up here, and the Neramis are thousands. And both our black powder and our boiling oil are in the barracks.
Then it's over. We've lost.
What? No! Nothing is over! They can't be that far into the city yet. We only have to drive them out of the gates, and then...
And how exactly are you planning to do that? By loading the cannons with sugar mint and shooting balls of herbs at the Neramis? Great idea, really.
You sodding!
Quiet! Marajil and Skyrim are right, Commander. Ark is lost. But our war against the High Ones isn't. The beacon still stands, and it will continue to do so as long as we hold the temple. We've lost the battle, yes, but not the war. All we need is the Numenors, and then the beacon will be lit.
And what then? I don't think Korek will withdraw once we've destroyed his vision of this ascent.
Correct, he won't. Which is why we will surrender.
What?
It is the only way. As I said to the Trichessa before, this war is about more than just us. If we choose to give up now, or if we choose to fight and die down there, Korek will destroy the beacon either way and let the cleansing happen. We will prevent that at all costs. Which is why we will find the Numenors, light the beacon, and then surrender.
But Korek will kill us all.
Yes, he will. We will die, but there is no alternative. Korek isn't man enough to participate in the battle himself. So even if we were to break out and fight, all we would do is kill his delusional soldiers. And their deaths would be as pointless as this entire war. Once the High Ones are vanquished, we've done our duty. That's it.
But no! We are warriors, and true warriors fight! You've said that!
True warriors ask questions. Like the question, when does a battle for ideals become nothing more than a battle for vanity? Those soldiers down there, Commander, they are nothing more than butchers. But we are more than that. But I will not stop you. As soon as the beacon is lit, you're free to flee. But for now, you will hold this place at all costs while we search for the Numenors. Archmagister, do you have the word of the dead?
I do, yes. But how do you plan to get into the Undercity from here? The entire city is swarming with Korek's soldiers.
Leave that to me. Commander Aaron, gather the remaining keepers and arcanists. I will address them.
Okay. But we will attend this speech in the next episode. For now, this is then gonna be it. And I really thank you for watching. Oh, hello, Michael. Good night and goodbye. Thank you for the 2 likes. Thank you for the conversation. And hopefully we are gonna see us back here on Thursday. And hopefully we are gonna finish. Let's see. Thank you for watching. Good night. Goodbye. May the almighty sleeper protect you too, Michael. I wish you that you are going to feel better the next time or soonish. Thank you for watching. Good night and goodbye.